I think having a type is BS. I think your type has more to do with your ego and how you feel about yourself than anything else. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. So today we are talking about, is love blind? And for those of you who have been watching the third season of Love is Blind, you'll be happy to know that I am about to comment on this season. I'm halfway through the season. They actually haven't put out the second half yet. So I'm going to be commenting up and to the point that we've all seen, okay? If you're watching this later, then you guys obviously know the outcome. But I'm going to speculate and I'm going to basically be talking about the idea that love is not blind. The reason why love is not blind is because we are not blind. We have eyes and we can see. But I will admit that looks mean more to some than to others. For some people, looks is a deal breaker when considering going into a relationship with someone. I personally know that attraction, as in looks, is very high up on my personal list. Let's be clear, okay? I don't have a particular type, but a person has to be attractive to me. However, there are some people out there which has shown in the show to have a particular type. And the type is the issue, not the fact that these women are not attractive, okay? Because let's be honest, everyone on this season of Love is Blind is conventionally attractive. Some a little bit higher up, some lower up, but they're all conventionally attractive. You will look at them and be like, that's a pretty girl. That's a handsome guy. They are all conventionally attractive. So that shows us that the issue is not actually beauty, because at the end of the day, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but it's type. So I'm going to be talking about two couples in the show that I want to point out. So the first couple is Cole and Zainab. And I think Zainab, I'm not sure. I'm going to call her Zainab. It's probably Zainab. I'm so sorry. Do not shoot me. But Zainab is how we pronounce it here in the UK. So Cole and Zainab is the first couple that I want to talk about because his lack of attraction to her was probably the most obvious. However, in past seasons of Love is Blind, I have noticed when the doors open and they see each other, in past seasons, I've been able to tell more if a guy was attracted to the girl when the doors open, more in the last seasons than I did this season. This season, I actually thought that everybody was attracted to the person. So I was kind of surprised and shocked when I found that that wasn't the case. Just a quick thing before we get into it. This is a rule of thumb. This is how it applies to real life, because if you were to meet someone, this is how you know that you are attractive to this guy. The first thing he comments on is your beauty. Like, wow.
Oh my God. Wow.
You are absolutely gorgeous. That is someone that is attracted to you, point blank, period. Others may say when talking about you, oh, she's got a really nice personality. She got a really nice personality. I'm really attracted to her energy. She's good vibes. She's really fun to be around. If a guy calls you fun before he calls you beautiful, he's not 100% attracted to you. That's a bonus point for you guys. But let's get back to the couples, okay? Cole and Zainab. So when the doors opened and they first met each other, Cole had a deer in the headlights look on his face.
I can't run any faster to you.
You're beautiful.
Hi.
And so I thought, okay, cool. So he was almost like a deer in the headlight. I think they were both kind of shocked to see each other. He was staring at her like, okay, I'm not sure what to feel right now, but I'm happy to see you. Like, I've been talking to you for a long time. I've fallen in love with you in the booth. I'm as happy to see you. She, on the other hand, I almost felt like she didn't want him to look at her. She was almost giving that kind of insecure look, the kind of look that you kind of look away when you're a little bit insecure. You don't want someone to stare right at your features. She was kind of keep putting her head down. But I didn't really suspect anything to be a bit strange until the honeymoon, which was the next clip they showed us, where they were in the hot tub. And she mentioned something about her eyelashes or something.
I like my eyelashes coming off.
I like natural.
And he said, I prefer natural. And that was kind of like a passing comment. But what I did notice that she was bringing up her looks and her lashes and her makeup. She was like, I can't wait to take off my makeup later. She was saying a lot about her parents more than he was. I also noticed that she complimented him, saying that he's got nice blue eyes. He looks like the male version of Megan Fox. And in that moment, naturally, you would give a compliment back if you felt the same, right? Naturally, think about it. If someone said, oh, you're beautiful, I like your eyes. You would naturally say, oh, your hair is beautiful, you're stunning. This is just normal human communication. It's naturally what you would do. However, Cole did not return the compliment. So that was one red flag. The next scene, she was in the bathroom taking off her makeup.
Say, hurry up. Your nighttime routine takes forever.
Can you close our curtains?
You do look like a different person now.
Do I? I don't think I do.
No, you doesn't. You told me.
Sorry. I did tell you that, but I also don't think I look different.
And for any woman out there, you know that when you first meet someone, taking off your makeup is almost like a vulnerable moment, okay? Because this person's having to see you without makeup for the first time. And even if you are confident, it is still a vulnerable moment, okay? And anytime that's happened to me, I've always got compliments. The guys that I've been with have always complimented me, like, wow, Breeny, you look so beautiful, you look so cute. Like, there's always been some kind of compliment. However, his first thing that he said was, whoa, you look like a completely different person. And no girl wants to hear that, even if it's true. No girl wants to hear that. Not when she just almost took off her armor to you.
I don't look like a totally different person. She's still really cute. She's just a little less eyelash.
And she strikes me as someone that is quite insecure. So that's not what she wanted to hear. So he said, wow, you do look like a completely different person. And then she was almost like, well, if you changed your mind. Like, it was so sad for me to watch because I totally understand that. I could empathize with how she would feel in that moment. And then when they were lying in the bed, he kind of made a joke saying like, oh, scary monster.
I really look like a totally different person.
No, you look exactly the same. With more freckles.
Yeah, it was fun.
I didn't know you had so many freckles.
Yeah, I do.
Lots of freckles.
Mm-hmm.
So attractive to you.
Yeah, even like makeupless with less eyebrows.
Scary moms.
Never, if you're a guy watching this, never, ever, ever comment negatively on a woman's looks. Ever. Unless you want for a woman to compliment on your bank account and tell you how broke you are. It's the same equivalent. The world judges women based on their looks and the world judges men based on how much money they make. So if you don't want someone to call you broke or joke about your bank account, do not make jokes at a woman, at her appearance. Just don't do it. It's a no-go. Like, you never put scary monster in the same sentence as a woman that you're laying in the bed with. It's just tacky and it's not cute. So that was a red flag. And to be honest, I don't necessarily think it's because she took her makeup off that he wasn't attracted to her. I don't think he was 100% attracted to her in the beginning when he saw her. So if you're not 110% attracted to someone with makeup on, you're definitely going to be turned off when they take their makeup off. Because everybody knows that women don't have naturally long lashes like mine. They don't have full brows and they don't always have clear skin. Some women do, but most women don't have perfect, flawless skin, and most women do not look the same without makeup on. And depending on how much makeup the woman wears. The next scene was the next morning, and she was ironing a shirt and he was in the bathroom. She then explained that she basically confessed that they had slept together that night. But she said instead of them spending time and cuddling together, he basically rolled out of bed.
As a woman, I think it's just very easy to get in your head about those things. Like, hey, what changed? What did I do? Is it me? It was something about last night. Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if he's physically into me.
And she felt quite alone. Obviously, a woman's gonna feel kind of like, what is going on? Like, anyone that's ever been in that situation whereby you've been intimate with a guy and he just gets up in the morning and leaves, or he just moves away from you, you know the feeling of that. And instantly when I saw that scene, it reminded me of this Instagram post. I can't remember who was talking about it. I think it was on like a Joe Rogan podcast. And the guys were basically talking about post-nut clarity. And it's where men almost regret sleeping with the person after they button up.
Like, I don't know I like you until I come. And there are times where you nut and it's like, damn.
Yeah, you realize you made a mistake, especially if the woman is really into you and you're really not into her and you're like, oh, I made an error. And then you do feel like an asshole.
Like, it's almost after they've, they now feel bad for actually sleeping with them. Even though in the moment, feelings were heightened, they felt attracted to the person. After you binged, he kind of switched off. This is why I advise like not sleeping with someone straight away. And whenever I used to watch these shows, Married at First Sight, Love is Blind, I never used to understand, especially Married at First Sight, because technically you're married to that person. I never really understood why some women wanted to wait before they slept with their husbands. And it's because if you form a physical connection before you've really deepened your emotional connection, there can be a real imbalance there, and it will naturally cause men to run away. It's almost like giving them the gold star, giving them the award before they've even taken place in the race. It's too easy. You've given them the prize, basically.
After he hits, it's going to change.
That's because in general, sex gives men clarity, but sex makes women cloudy. This is why it changes after he hits, because everything that he said and did before he fucked was fueled by his desire to fuck. His logic and reason didn't kick in until after he fucked. This is what we call post-nut clarity. Men are fueled by newness. It is the curiosity of a new body. It is the curiosity of imagining what the new box feels like. And it's that fuel that will cause them to do anything that's necessary to get that. The more times the man has sex with the same box, the less new it is. And if the relationship is sex only, the less interested that he will be. And it's the exact opposite for women. The more sex you have with the same man, the more cloudy you get. The further away from logic and reason you drift, while sex makes him drift closer to logic and reason. The more sex you have with him, the deeper the emotional connection and the better he feels. And the deeper the connection, the better he feels, is the more likely you are to protect his seed.
And so that's why some of us can be like, I don't understand how you can say you're not attracted to your partner after you've slept with them. That's not fair. Which then brings me on to the second couple, which is Nancy and Bartise, which actually genuinely shocked me because I thought that he was attracted to Nancy the moment he saw her. And let's be honest, Nancy is a cute little button. Like she's beautiful, a little cute little girl. Not saying that Zainab isn't, but there's a different kind of appeal. She's bubbly, she's fun. For me, Nancy has the full package. Like to me, that's a full package woman. However, it wasn't until Bartise saw Raven that he started to act funny towards Nancy. So the whole thing with Raven is quite strange. We didn't really see a connection being built in the pods. However, he did express that Raven was fire. She was a smoke show. I never heard this term before, but he was raving on to Nancy about how stunning Raven is. And I felt like that whole scene was so disgusting and tacky and immature of him.
Raven's like the typical girl that I would go after in the real world. Like Raven's, she came down, she wearing the tight clothes. I was like, okay, she's a fucking smoke show. She's hot as shit. I was like, okay. We're both like the person that people come to, and we both draw attention. They see Raven, they see me, they say, okay, that's the person I want to go talk to because they look good.
To speak to your fiance about another woman that you had a connection with in such a celebratory way. Like, even if you feel that way, why don't men have decorum? Why don't they have any tact? Like, it's so immature to act like you're just being honest. There's a way to be honest without degrading your partner. The way that he was raving about Raven was very tacky, and he was going on about how beautiful Raven is, and if they were in the club together, people would assume them two go together based on their both a level of attraction, which I always find quite interesting because men want that, but they're also intimidated by that because they want to be the star in a relationship. They want to be the most attractive. They want to be the most outgoing. They want to be the one that gets all the attention. If he had to share that attention with someone like Raven, it wouldn't make him feel like a man. And I think that's the reason why Raven did not choose him, because Raven wants to be the one celebrated. They're almost in the same situation. Raven wanted to be the one celebrated, which is the reason why her man, CJ, CK, SK, only had to say a few words to her and she was smitten by him, because these alpha types, Raven's an alpha female and Batiste is an alpha male. These alpha types, or you could call them narcissists, need to be the star in a relationship. So as much as they would look good together, Raven did not like Bartise because she wants to be the one complimenting.
The reason why I'm not super flattered by what Bartise is saying is because like Bartise never had any compliments for the pod Raven.
And she knew getting with Batiste, he'll be the one that needs all of the compliments, which will leave her complimentless. So she chose who she chose and he chose who he chose. But I thought that it was interesting that he almost went off and started expressing how he wasn't attracted to Nancy the moment he saw Raven. And that kind of guy will never ever be faithful to you, no matter how beautiful you are. And it's interesting that he was telling Nancy that in his past relationships, it almost fizzled out because you're a very shallow guy. You're very surface level. That's why even when Raven was telling you to your face, I didn't choose you, you were still pining for her. It's not about Raven, it's about a look. When you're a narcissist, it's all about what you guys look like together. And even though Nancy and him together look like a beautiful couple, it's not enough for him. He wants the accolades. He wants them to be like, oh, hashtag gym couple. That's probably what he wanted. He wanted someone that, you know, works out, is into fitness. He feels like Raven is a female version of him, which is also not attractive to men like him because he doesn't want to have to compete. So he'd rather choose someone that looks up to him than him having to look up to another woman. And that's just it on period. That's how it works. And it's like, even if there is no connection between Batiste and Raven, even though there's no emotional connection, he was still pining after her. I thought that after the speech that she gave him in the pool,
I really feel like we don't have a lot of compatibility for what we both want in a partner.
I would have thought she's like not feeling you. She does not regret her decision at all. But that made him want her even more. If you guys noticed that, comment down below. And what really made me sad in both cases was you dusty men are sleeping with women that you don't find attractive. Like, where did they do that at? Where did they find you? Like, what are you doing with your life? That is so gross. And that kind of confirms what men always say, that men can literally sleep with anybody. And it's very sad because intimacy for women means that you're attracted to us. It makes us feel like you're attracted to us. It's almost validation, confirmation that you like us, you're attracted to us because you're sleeping with us. And for them to turn around and then tell their fiance, I'm not attracted to you that way, or you're not my usual type, is a slap in the face. And I think they should all get slapped in the face. The whole reason for the show is that their types are not working for them. And this is the thing about Netflix and these shows and the fame that comes out of these shows. You never really know if they're doing it for genuine reasons. And these two don't seem sincere. Yeah, it's hard to know if they're actually genuinely there for a connection. But the name of the show is that their types are not working. Their way of doing things is not working for them. So the whole idea of the show is that they come and sit in pods and they get to know each other without seeing what they look like. So they get to know their heart. And I think it's a beautiful concept, but I genuinely feel like our world is too superficial and too shallow. Even if you did put 20 fine, conventionally attractive people in the room together, it still is not enough. It still wouldn't be enough for some of these people that are genuinely shallow. And the reason why I would say that Cole and Batiste are shallow is because it's not that these women that they're with are not attractive, it's that they're not their usual type. And I'm sorry, but your usual type is not working for you. Now I'm talking to you guys. Your usual type is not working for you. And men that still want to chase their usual type are not mature enough. They haven't got to a level of maturity to realize that this person, this woman, is a full package and she's beautiful, but because she's not your type, you can't see past that. And this might be controversial, but I think having a type is BS. I think your type has more to do with your ego and how you feel about yourself than anything else. You're committed to your type based on how they make you feel and how they make you look. So men want this fantasy idea of a woman because of how they will be seen to the world, how they will be seen walking into a club together, how they will be seen walking to a party together, how they'll be seen around their friends, how they'll be seen around their family, how they'll be seen on social media. They're not dating based on heart and real genuine connection. They're connecting based on superficiality that makes them feel good. And one thing I know that people that hyper focus on attraction is that these people don't feel attractive in themselves. Anyone that puts a high level on attraction does not feel attractive in themselves. That's why you can see a guy or a girl who is like a 10, beautiful person, with someone that may be like a 5 or a 6. They don't put emphasis on their partner being drop dead gorgeous because they don't put emphasis on themselves being drop dead gorgeous, even if they are. On the flip side, I'm not going to sit here and act like physical attraction is not important. Physical attractiveness is very, 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 very important in a relationship because we do have eyes, we are not blind, and we do see looks. However, it is important that you are attracted to this person, not anybody else but you. Here are 2 quick examples. First example is that I was dating this guy and he was in the friend zone because I was not attracted. Most of the guys in your friend zone right now, they're in your friend zone because you are not attracted to them. That is usually the one thing. That's what differentiates a friend from a potential boyfriend is attraction. So this guy was in my friend zone because I could not find one thing that I was attractive about this guy. And it was unfortunate, but you can't force attraction. No matter how many good qualities he had, I could not find one thing. Even if I liked your nose, even if I liked your eyes, even if that was the one thing, no. Collectively, there was nothing that I could say was nice. Not your smile, not your eyes, not your hair, nothing. I could not find one thing that I was attracted to. And guess what? I didn't force it because I don't have to. No matter how nice of a guy you are, if I am not attracted to you, I am not attracted to you. And it's actually okay for you not to be attracted to everybody. That's just not how it works. You're not always going to be everyone's cup of tea. There are men that do not find me attractive, and I'm well aware of that, and I'm totally fine. I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea, okay? And everyone is not going to be my cup of tea, no matter how nice or how accomplished they are. On the flip side, I was dating this other guy who everyone said, Breeny, this guy's hot. This guy is fine. And I'm like, really? Can't see it. Yeah, he has aspects, but I can't see what you're seeing. They were like, Breeny, are you blind? I'm like, he's not attractive to me. I don't find him attractive. Now, there were a few things I could say that was attractive about him, which allowed me to date him. But when it comes down to attraction, you don't have to be attracted to everyone. But that's why I draw a distinction between having a type and not being attracted to someone. You can be an attractive person, but I not find you attractive. And that's not going to work. However, someone being attractive but not being your usual type is not a reason for you to disqualify them. And I think those are the couples that work out. Yeah, you're not my usual type, but I still find you attractive. I've heard so many women that are married say that. He's not my usual type, but he's attractive. However, on the flip side, if you're not attracted to him and he's not your type, don't even bother, don't even go there. And I see so many men marrying women that they are not attracted to because, I don't know, maybe it's a noble thing for them to do, to marry someone that they're not attracted to. I mean, where do they do that at? That is not noble, because you're going to have to wake up to that person every single day. And we don't get, unless you're black, I'm joking, unless you're pretty, no, we don't necessarily get more attractive as we get older. We actually get less attractive. I mean, it's debatable. The women in my family age like fine wine, but naturally your bum is going to sag, you're going to get wrinkles, you're going to get, crow's feet, you're going to get, you're going to change, your looks are going to change, all right? So if you start off halfway liking someone, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So it's better to start off on the top. I'm not saying you have to be with someone that is a 10, but you have to be attracted to them. They have to be a 10 to you. They have to be fine to you, right? And I don't think you should compromise on your looks. But I think that you kind of tread the line of being superficial when you can't look past your type, especially when your type is not working for you. Let's talk about the guys that we find really not liking us. But the guys that we don't like, they like us. They think we're stunning. It's always going to have that dynamic. Someone's looking up to you, you're looking up to someone else, and they're looking at someone else. Someone's attracted to you, you're attracted to someone else, and that person's attracted to someone else. Some way you never really meet in the middle. But that one person for you, you maybe 1% of people that come your way, you're going to find a happy medium where they check your boxes, they're not perfect, but you can work with it. And I think social media gives us the illusion of options. So nobody wants to settle. Why should I settle for you when I can have him? But you can't have him, and your track record has shown that. Okay, I was out clubbing. Oh my god, that sounds so childish. I don't go out much, right? But I went out to this party on a few days ago, and there are so many beautiful women there, and it was like, yo, these men have so much choice. It's actually sickening that these men have so much choice that they don't actually approach women anymore. Have you guys noticed that men don't approach women out anymore? They don't. Men genuinely go out to have a good time. But I see women dressed to the nines. Let's be honest. When I went out, was I thinking, I want to wear this cute outfit? No, I was thinking, what outfit's going to get me the most attention? I want to show these boys that Breeny is outside. Let's be honest. When we go out, we want to look good. We're almost competing with the other women. But there were so many beautiful women here that I was like, you know what? Let me just have a good time because I ain't gonna compete. And these guys aren't even trying to talk to any of us anyway. But yeah, there's so many beautiful women out there, and I think that we're outnumbered. We are genuinely outnumbered. So if you can find that person that you're attracted to that ticks your boxes, not perfect, but ticks your boxes, go for that. Because you're going to keep on thinking that you're going to find someone better, find someone better, find someone better, and everyone's going to be single. People that are married think, oh my God, if I leave my wife, I'm going to find someone better. Like, you're probably not. You're going to leave your 80 looking for 20% and realize that she's not even 80% of what your wife is. So there's nothing out here in these streets, I'm telling you. But I'm saying all of this to say that love is not blind. And whenever I watch these shows, it's so interesting. Men, if they're not attracted to you, they don't grow in attraction to you. Women, on the other hand, can grow in attraction to you because we don't see looks as much as men do. Men are visual, women are emotional. We're more turned on by how you make us feel. If you make us feel safe and secure, if we can find one thing attractive about you, you can have us. But if a man is not attracted to you, and I've seen it in all these shows, like, there's no hope, there's no future, he's not going to grow in attraction to you, like, there's no point. And I don't know how some of these women don't, like, if a guy tells me that I'm not his ideal type on his show, I'm going home. Because I understand that a man's attraction is not going to grow for me. That's just not how it works. If a man is not attracted to you, he's not attracted. Save yourself the embarrassment. Like, sometimes I think these women got, like, high self-esteem, like Nancy, like, Bartiz is telling Nancy to her face that you're not attractive, making her feel shit about herself. She's still there lapping up everything that he says. And the reason being is because he's made her feel like she's punching. Like, this hunky guy, like, he's so attractive. I mean, that's all he's got to himself, really. Yeah, he's got a job, but she's a bad bitch. Let's be clear. All the women are about their business. And I'm like, yes! But the men... hope we don't have to end up marrying each other because we really are about this life. Men are lacking and slacking, and it's sad to see. And they got the nerve to turn around and say they're not attracted to us when you ain't even got a pot to piss in. Anyway, that's why you like these hot guys. I have a video on my channel talking about why you should not date guys just because they're hot. Batiste is a very, very good example of that. He thinks he's the prize in this relationship, even though she's light years ahead of him. But he's making her feel insecure by saying she's my type. And they are so far from, like, it's very important when you're dating someone to know what their exes look like. Let's say if I'm dating someone and all of these exes are dark-skinned, chiseled face, slim fit, wears makeup, wears hair extensions, I'm going to be like, okay, yeah, of course he's attracted to me. If he has only ever dated blonde women that were 5'5", I'm 5'8", pale as a ghost, no offense, I'm just drawing the contrast because I'm very dark, has a secretary job, like, if that is his track record and now he's trying to move to me, unless he genuinely does not have a type, save yourself. It's very important that you know what a guy's type is and see if you fall in line with that. But anyway, that was my 2-piece. Love is not blind because we're not blind. There are some men that don't put a physical attraction so high up, and there's some men who it's the only thing that's important to them. Avoid those men like the plague because they have a lot of growing to do. Most of the time they are emotionally unavailable and you don't want them anyway. They have a lot of trauma. Some of these men are suffering with self-hate, that you don't find yourself attractive. Maybe you're the ugly kid in school. Maybe you were bullied in school. A man that is secure in his own looks, a woman that is secure in her own looks is not looking for a Denzel Washington or Beyonce or whatever the world calls beautiful, right? They're not. I hope that makes sense, okay? If you guys enjoy this kind of content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If this video does well, I'm going to be definitely doing a lot more content like this because I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things. It just so happens that I spent last night catching up on Love is Blind and I was able to make this content for you guys. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think down below. Have you dated someone that you wasn't attracted to? Are you married to someone that you're not attracted to? How did that work out for you? Is love blind? Answer the question down below and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.